What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Four Plot Podcast. This is episode 6 of the Four Plot Podcast. Pretty excited about that. I feel like I'm getting Snapchatted right now by Trevor. Is that what's going on? No, not at all. Is that?
I don't have Snapchat because I'm an adult.
That's right. Oh, I have Snapchat, and I'm also an adult.
Well,
Okay, you know what? We're gonna come back to that later. Got a lot of people around the podcast today. First up and foremost, some jerk here to my right. You go ahead and say your name.
Yep, my name is Trevor. No Snapchat Easterling.
And we have
Mike Williams.
CK Sonny, you know.
Oh my God, dude! Oh my God!
Without fail,
Do
man.
you just make it a point to
Without
be
fail.
Your name is not going to be a thing.
I'm
the
making
artist
it.
formerly known as CK Sonny.
You forgot the big X and the little X before
Oh,
CK.
yeah.
and then
Nobody's
the
gonna be
little
able to
X and
find
the big
you.
X.
Hey, how's that serial killer clan working out? You
Dude,
guys still
it's good.
going
We're-
strong?
Yeah, we're going strong. There's whopping one of us.
Yeah,
in
it's
our
you.
clan, so
It's
yeah,
you.
me. I'm the
It's
only
you.
one.
All right.
Mm.
Okay. Anyway,
But
all the other CKs have kids and a wife now, so it's like
That's- well,
yeah,
well,
Matter of time, Richard.
matter of time.
Matter of
man.
time.
I'm
not-
with you, dude. I'm single and mingling. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Okay.
And I do have Snapchat. Just
Yeah,
throw that
good.
out there.
That's great. Awesome.
That's always good.
Wait. Hey guys, welcome back to the Four Plot Podcast. This feels a little bit loose today. I like this. It feels, we're not uptight about this anymore. You know what I'm saying?
We're friends here.
We're just all friends here.
Some of us are
We're
friends.
glad you joined us. Hey, let's go around the table real quick. I like we did this last week. What kind of things have been going on in your life, in your game? What movies you been watching? What games you been playing? Richard, why don't you start us off?
Man, I've been watching. I'm gonna this show. I have 2 shows I've been watching. Going
Okay.
back and finishing up Daredevil. which has
Okay,
been
I
awesome
just
on
started watching
Netflix.
Daredevil myself.
This is a curveball out there. Been watching reruns of Whose Line Is It Anyway.
I love that show.
Love that show, man.
They're
Yeah,
all on
with
YouTube,
Drew
too.
Carey.
Yes,
Yeah?
the Drew Carey
Okay,
ones.
Gotcha.
I like the videos on YouTube that are like 85 minutes long. Just all of the
Nothing
bits.
but
It's
Whose
great.
Line.
Oh,
Yeah, that Whose Line and Critical Role. That's also like 85 minutes long. So
No. No, it's 180.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're talking about
185.
3.5 plus.
We're talking about a solid feature film.
But it
You know what I'm saying?
just flies by when
yeah,
you get
it
into
just
it.
flies by when you're
Oh,
supposed to be
yeah.
doing your job and you're not.
Each
watching
episode is
Critical
longer
Role.
than the extended edition of The Lord of the Rings. Let's just get
That
that
is-
out of the way.
That is
Wow.
also how I measure units of time.
Yes, as well.
Lord of the
Hey,
Rings
how
extended
long does it take to
editions.
get to Alabama from here? Oh, about 2 Lord of the Rings extended editions. That's what.
It's about a fellowship and a 2 towers.
Mike, what about you, man? What have you been watching, playing?
Dude, I have had the hardest time finding games to play, dude. I've just been looking through
we
the
were
list.
just talking
and
about this.
Oh, just nothing. I actually redboxed Doom the other
Did-
night and started
did-
playing it.
Yeah.
It's actually really good.
I
I don't
like it
know
too.
if I'm going to buy it right away.
I did the same thing.
Pretty much everyone's opinion, which is probably not great, but no, I really
Yeah,
enjoyed
no,
the
listen,
single player.
The single player, I've really enjoyed a lot. I just got the chainsaw, man. whew,
Yes.
went to town on some.
That's where I'm
fools
at.
last
I just
night with
beat
a
that
chainsaw.
level with the
Yeah.
chainsaw in it, and it's
I am
really fast.
sadly returning my copy of Redbox when we leave here. So I paid $6 for it. I'm not going into the $9 range
Yeah.
for another.
No, I mean, and it's going to be $30 before you know it.
Yeah,
Honestly,
exactly.
like
It will be.
because that multiplayer function is garbage.
I never tried it. I don't know. I've played so many first-person shooters, man.
The beta was actually pretty fun. to me.
Yeah, I like the
I
multiplayer.
I didn't
I
even
didn't
download
like the
it, dude.
multiplayer
We
at
had like
all.
37 betas in 1 month.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
I know, right?
37
I didn't-
baby.
it takes
I
a
didn't
day to
play all that much.
download.
But you know what that means? It's pre-E3, baby.
Ooh, that's right, man. So Trevor, what have you been watching, playing?
Hardcore addicted to The Witcher 3.
Yep. Mhm.
That's literally all I've been playing. Literally, I think I was on last night in a big group, and Will and a bunch of people were on, and I jumped in the party simply so they could hear me breathe and
Yeah.
make commentary on The Witcher 3.
Talk to yourself about how excited you are.
Mhm.
Yes, exactly.
Right. I've actually, you know what's funny? I've been, I think I said this last time we did a podcast. Embarrassingly enough, I'm still on my Good Eats kick. I've been watching a lot of Good Eats and like
That's a great
Good
show.
Eats.
Food Network shows. I know you
Oh,
don't turn into
Alton Brown.
you don't tune into a nerd podcast to hear somebody like, what are you even watching? Iron Chef America.
Yeah,
You know, it's
Good Eats, man. Dude.
Anything with Alton Brown, man. I just love that guy. But
Hey,
it's-
we have finally caught up on Game of Thrones.
yes, we have finally caught up on
So
Game
that's
of
big
Thrones.
news.
That's right.
That's
That
big
is big
news.
news. So that's been awesome. But yeah, I
It's
think
only been like 3 weeks.
as far
Yes.
yeah, no. But listen, we had a little binge watch there. It was awesome.
Oh,
so
it was wonderful. I wish I could do it like that every time.
I wish
but
we could just start our own Game of Thrones podcast. Yes.
Because there's none of those on the
I
internet.
don't think there's any of those
No,
out there.
nobody's ever done that.
Actually, we found out there is
Yeah,
an
what-
HBO.
what is HBO called?
One.
What's past something? I don't know. It's like
Yeah.
like everybody took the concept of the Talking Dead and just blew it. It's like oh, it's it's the good. God, I can't think of anything.
Shout out
clever.
Chris Hardwick because that show's actually really
Yeah,
entertaining.
Chris Hardwick's just a genius, man.
He is.
Like,
He's funny.
He hit the nerd like jackpot You know what I'm
He
saying?
sure did. He guest starred on Critical Role actually a few episodes ago, and that's not.
That's what I know him from.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Critical
Oh, yeah.
Role.
because it's a big deal.
Yeah,
it
right,
is.
okay.
A lot of
Mhm.
people like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do love voice actors, and Matt Mercer's awesome. But I can't watch 3.5 hours of D&D, man. I'm sorry.
I play D&D and I can't watch 3 hours of D&D.
Anyway, so okay, great week all in all. I went to California last week. I did that.
Yeah, how was that? Was that your first
California-
time?
It was my first time to California. It was fun. Almost stayed. Weather's beautiful out there right now. So if you don't know this, we're broadcasting from sunny Florida, also known as the Seventh Circle of Hell in the summer, and it's awesome.
Well,
So-
most of spring, summer, most of fall.
Right. I think we
Yeah.
we have 2 seasons: summer, which is like 11 months out of the year, and then January we have like spring,
Yes.
and then that's really it.
Very true.
Anyway, so let's jump right into these topics here. I'm really excited. I feel like I say that every time we do a topic. Literally every time we do a topic, I'm like, hey, I'm really excited about this one.
Well, we are.
We are really
This
excited.
is why we do this
This is
thing.
true. I do have
Me
to.
too. Super excited all the time.
Life is pain.
Yeah.
So we all play a lot of story-based video games. You know, we talked about renting Doom, and while Doom wouldn't necessarily fit into this category, because I didn't get far enough in the game to see, but from the little I saw, I was like, I'm just shooting demons.
I'm sure there's some kind of hidden.
I'm
you
sure,
know.
but I really enjoy Doom. But we all play a lot of single-player games. Single-player games right now, honestly, aren't as much of a forefront with multiplayer. I feel like the Xbox One is kind of taking us to a realm where, like, hey, multiplayer games are king. There's not a whole lot of single-player games. But you do have big ones coming out for, like, PlayStation. You got Uncharted 4, which has just come out, which is a huge story-based game. Witcher 3, huge story-based game. Metal Gear Solid. But most of the games, like Rocket League, seem to be the most popular games. But let's think back. We don't have to say in this current generation, go back to Xbox 360, Xbox Original. 'Cause you can't call it Xbox One anymore. Xbox
Right.
Original, go back even further to Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64. I want to know games with the best story. Like, what game story has kind of stuck with you the most? What makes it a good story? The atmosphere, cutscenes, voice acting, plot. Like what is it that makes it such a good story for you, and what game is that? And just jump in there. I don't care. I know you got one, and I'm not going to steal yours. I'm going to let you do it.
No,
'cause
I'm going to do a different one.
You're gonna do a
My-
different one?
Yeah, my second favorite is Two Worlds.
Oh, God.
Dang it! You took mine.
I know. I'm sorry. I'll do Two Worlds 2, and you can do the first one.
Hast thou seen the taint?
Prithee, knave.
Prithee, knave.
Oh man, the
Oh.
pinnacle of voice acting.
Oh yeah, man! I tell you
Story
what,
writing.
that came out in 2001, which was the primo year for
It
entertainment
was
in the
the
world.
Paramount year.
Paramount year for entertainment.
I'm telling you, man.
All right, so not
Most
Two
critics
Worlds.
agree.
Most critics agree. 2001. Good God,
Two movies and a game, man.
that's right.
Boom.
It was awesome. All right, so Mike, do you really have a second choice or something that sticks out to you? Because I will let you take the one that you and I both.
No. Oh, you do that one. I'm gonna do my second one, which is actually new. We were talking earlier about The Witcher 3. I would say that's probably my second
Okay.
favorite as far as story.
Right on.
Nobody that I know has beaten it.
Except you. Yeah.
Except for me.
I've had the
Everybody's
game
like,
since launch, and I still haven't.
it's like,
played
man,
it
this
yet.
game is amazing. Have you finished it? No.
Yeah.
I played like 2 hours, but
Yeah, Trevor's
Yeah.
lost in the 80 hours of side quests.
I'm
right?
literally, I'm doing side quests and treasure hunts right now. I'm just like
Yeah.
lost.
I mean, I did it as well. You got to, man. It's a long game.
Yeah,
But
and sometimes you
once
come
you get
across a vest
into-
and a T-shirt. You got to put it on and roll with it, like Trevor's
Cat school
doing.
gear for life.
Oh, good God! I'm sorry. Continue, Mike.
well, once you get about 2/3 of the way through the game, the story really kicks in, and they kind of spend the rest of it more fast-paced and everything. But
Sure.
you know, you get the beginning where they really explore the world. You get to see just everything, and it really draws you in. And then once the story starts to get resolved, you're really into it. And I think they did a really good job to close out the series.
Very
So,
cool.
Yeah.
So no spoilers, but there's no more Witcher games. Like series is closed
Not
down?
really. I mean, it pretty much ends with a
No spoilers.
yeah.
but
No. I mean, like they just kind of give you the
Not really a cliffhanger.
yeah, no
Yeah.
cliffhanger. I mean,
Okay.
it was they could if they wanted. I don't think
Not
they
like
will.
Witcher 2.
Just a
Yeah.
side note, I'm actually glad they do that. I'm tired of games that just like milk the
Oh, yeah.
series.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so
Right.
I
So
like series
true.
that have
Well,
closed.
the Witcher 3 kind of ends more or less where the books do. They kind of differ a bit, but there's not
There were
much
books?
source material. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what? Have you read these books?
I have not. The books came out far
Yes.
before the game.
Yeah, they're very
Wow.
different. They're
Okay.
they were written, I think, with like a newspaper or a magazine in like basically chapter chunks. So they're kind of
Okay.
self-contained.
Well, and they're translated, aren't they, from Norway?
They were written by somebody in Norway.
Yeah.
I love how you like pause, but there's nowhere else you can go with that. Like North
just-
America.
I said they were written in Norway.
Right.
Okay.
That's good. I don't know what language they were written in, but-
Norwegian, maybe
Yeah.
is what you're
Right,
looking
right.
for. I don't even know that's a language. So Witcher 3, gotcha. What is it about Witcher 3 that makes you love it so much?
I think that game, more than any other, does a good job of really filling in the world itself. So you feel like you're really a part of it because there's tons of side characters. All of the side quests are just really in depth and they're really
so
well
true.
done.
Yes.
So by the end of it, you really feel like you're a part
Right.
of the world. I mean, and it's a huge 100-hour plus.
Hugely
game.
immersive.
I agree with that. The little bit I have played of The Witcher, I did the side quest with the lady in the well. It's one of the first ones you pick
yes.
up, and I'm like, man,
Yeah.
there is more story in this side quest than the entirety of Destiny.
I knew that was coming, man.
That's
Hey,
all
we love Bungie. And
we
Destiny.
do love
played a lot
Bungie,
of
but
Destiny.
man, that come on, we can't let you off the hook on that one because nobody knows what's going on in that game.
That's
Man.
the thing, man. I mean, you look at games like Skyrim, which is not really that similar, but kind of
Right.
the same idea. And every single side quest in The Witcher is unique and it feels different.
Right.
Whereas other games
Oh,
that have
God.
that same
Elder
genre,
Scrolls Online.
yeah. I mean, well, that's
Hey, go talk to the lizard lady and then go pick up this book and bring it back. Like, man, those
Oh,
side
man.
quests were terrible.
Oh,
Witcher never does that, and that's
Gotcha.
part of what makes it feel so interesting.
Literally, there's a side quest in The Witcher 3 where Geralt makes fun of the quest giver for putting him on a fetch quest, and
Oh, really?
and basically denies no,
yeah.
I'm not going to do that. I kid you
that's
not.
too
He's
good.
like, so you want me to go fetch some berries for you? Not my line of work, or something like
that's
that.
awesome.
It's
Oh, yeah.
fantastic.
There's
That's
always
great.
a act super salty
Yes.
option with the dialogue.
Yes.
Just press
Bit-
B button to be super salty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bitter
like that.
and angry at the world, which I always go with that choice.
Always.
Yeah.
Witcher 3 from Mike. Richard, what you got, man? Best story in a video game you've ever played?
Man, it's so tough. I want to stay away from like the typical Halo because we all like Halo.
Yeah, we do.
but
do.
I'm about to judge your answer right now. Look at me.
No,
Better be a good one.
no. I liked Splinter Cells, the first couple of games,
Okay,
pretty
yeah.
good. I like the new Tomb Raiders, but I think my favorite that I just found myself the most invested in probably Gears of War. Like,
Really?
yeah, I really love up until number 3 when they like
With
gave
the glowies?
some
Dude,
like so, a lot of cheesy
John DiMaggio, man.
revive me.
Revive me.
Those voices are great, but I don't know. It's just like what I loved about it is just like they made you care about the characters. Like for whatever reason, in Gears of War 2, I'll always remember this scene. You
Oh.
first meet Dizzy.
Yes.
Dizzy is my favorite character in Gears of War, and he's only in Gears of War 2. That's it.
Hmm.
And he has the cowboy hat.
I play with
and,
him all the time in multiplayer.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
me too.
man.
And but yeah, I remember the first time you meet him, you get into this tank, and it's just what's it called? It's a rail shooter segment, but it's still there's a lot of fun. But I don't know, it's just like you just feel like you're invested in each character that is
Right.
brought up in that, even though you still don't really know a lot of the backstory of that game at all.
It's the human
So-
piece, man. For Gears of War 2, I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gears was good. I remember, if I'm not mistaken, the guy who did Terry Tate office linebacker. You guys remember that Reebok
Yes,
commercial?
yeah.
He did the voice for the big dude. What's his name? Is it
Cole?
Gears? Cole.
Yeah.
Dude, I heard Cole. I was like, dude, that's Terry Tate office linebacker. And if you haven't seen Terry Tate office linebacker, have you seen? You give me
The
the.
commerce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Dude,
yes,
you
yes.
have got
It's so
to go
funny.
watch those.
So
Go to
funny.
YouTube,
Those are
Google
great.
Terry Tate office linebacker. That's not your cake. That's Simone's cake. Like, dude, I did.
I love
that.
all the names.
Dude,
Greg.
Greg. Which is,
That's not your something, Greg.
yeah. When he's like, oh god, I can't. Even, I'm not even
Oh
gonna
no,
quote it.
the one where it's like, you kill the Joe, you
You
make some mode.
That's fantastic.
This ain't Club Med, Brian.
Brian.
Those videos are so good. Okay, Trevor, man, what best?
Can I
story-
give you a quick top 3 and then kind of
Yeah,
tell you
yeah, sure.
tell you?
I
what-
give you
what
like
they
a
are?
top 4.
Okay, I
So-
appreciate that.
Splinter, by the way, just stop. Splinter Cell Double Agent, probably my favorite story. I mean, like it was
Ooh.
kind of it was 360. Now the statute.
Wait, is
limit-
this your answer?
No. This
Oh,
I was
okay,
go-
I was
no.
gonna say-
The
okay.
statute of limitations is passed on the spoilers, but the game took a
Yes.
different turn in Splinter Cell Double Agent, the first one for the 360, because you had to shoot your boss or not. So like your boss you've had throughout the whole Splinter Cell series, they tie him up, and you're supposed to be a double agent, and so you had the choice to shoot him or shoot the bad guy, and it changes the outcome of the game. It's one of the first games I'd ever played
That's
like
really
that.
That's really
interesting.
cool.
And yeah, dude, I definitely shot my boss. And that's the correct way is to shoot your boss, and like you kill your friend, and you're like, oh,
In
man.
order to stay.
Those kind of choices really
stay-
stick with you, I think. When
Oh
it comes
yeah,
to
dude.
the story.
Yeah, I mean, I can still see it. You got like this desert eagle. You're looking down, and it's like a first-person view, which in Splinter Cell you never get. You know what I'm saying? And you pop
That's-
your boss, man.
that's
like It's
crazy.
pretty good. Anyway, but that when you said Splinter Cell, I thought of that.
Sam
Keep going, Trevor.
Fisher, man, it's a good character.
Yeah,
Tell you that
Sam
much.
Fisher, dude. Wasn't it Michael Ironside the voice for Sam Fisher? Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm just a voice
I
actor.
feel like that was like a 15-year-old got to pick his own last name.
Yeah.
I'd like to be Michael
Ironside.
Ironside instead of Fisher.
Oh, but Conviction's also good. Splinter Cell. Anyway, I'm done. I'm on a Splinter
I
Cell
have
kick.
never played any of the Splinter Cell
God,
games,
they're so
I
good.
need- I
Pretty
need
good.
to.
They're really good. Conviction. I think that was it. What was it
Is
called?
that the one when he's kind of like old, like
He's a little bit older, and
Yeah.
it's set in like a you're like on the run from the CTU or whatever you're. I don't know. No, the NSA is who you are, right? It doesn't matter. Go ahead with your game.
fantastic? I'll have to say this is kind of a toss up for me, and I'm going to not go with this one because it's just such a typical answer for
So
me.
this is number 3.
Shadow
Yeah, number
Mordor.
3
You're
would
gonna say
be
Shadow
would
Mordor.
have been Shadow of Mordor
knew
for
it.
me.
Okay. All right.
But I realize that it's so heavily influenced by just my love
It
for
is.
all
It is.
all
That's like
Tolkien
me
stuff.
saying Arkham Knight is my favorite story.
Or Madden. Wait.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
great story in
Just-
that.
Yeah.
Just because of the duality and like the gray morality
Right.
of Talion and Celebrimbor, like I think that you would
Right.
agree.
No, it's
There's-
good. No,
there's-
Shadow
there's
of Mordor story is good.
great
without
stuff.
a doubt.
But my number 3, I think, actually has to be Dragon Age Origins.
Okay, Dragon Age Origins.
Dragon Age Origins was one of those super immersive experiences for me, and it's funny because it's not an open world RPG. There's like different regions and sections of the world that you get to go to, but it's one of those. And it's a BioWare game, so
Yeah.
of course, but it's
Gotcha.
one of those games that makes basically makes you care about each and every party member,
Right.
which is just so fun, and it kind of did the same kind of thing as one of my other picks with loyalty missions and everything like that. And even though the combat was god awful, I mean literally just absolutely terrible, not my style of game that I usually like at all, you were so vested in each place that you went to and each of the characters that I was just super into it the whole time.
I've heard that if you try to go back and play Dragon Age Origins for the first time, like 10 years after it came out, not possible. It is a very hard game to play now because it is so bad.
Just the controls
Just-
and the
well,
even the visuals.
I mean,
and
it was
everything.
great then. It's just it has not aged as well as a lot of other games.
Right.
Dragon Age Inquisition. I've only played like 2 minutes of.
I did not
Yeah.
like that game. I can't figure out why.
I loved Inquisition.
Yeah,
love-
you played way too
I
much.
should
that.
love it. I can't get into
All right,
it.
so
I don't
that was your number
So
3.
that was
give
my
me,
number
give,
three.
Give me,
So-
give me your number 2 briefly because we got to kind of speed this segment
Yes,
up. And
indeed.
I don't really need you elaborating on all 3 of your choices. I mean, I don't think anybody else got
Okay,
a chance.
Splinter Cell.
Selfish.
Okay, Splinter Cell.
know. Oh yeah,
I'm just kidding. Keep
Will
going.
already got a turn squeezed.
I
in.
did. I got
end of
I did squeeze. I did squeeze a turn in
A
there.
bonus host turn.
You've been playing too much D&D, dog.
Roll for bonus
initiative.
turn.
Okay, keep going.
So my number 2 is I think that one that a lot of us share. I'm not sure, Mike, if you played it through or not, but Halo Reach was a
That's a good one.
hugely hugely compelling story for me. That's one where
No
you
doubt.
I mean that once again, statute of limitations, if you haven't played Reach already, I'm so sorry, but the death scenes
They all
for
die.
each
Oh,
one
God,
of the
dude.
They all
Nobile
die.
team members
Okay, favorite death scene real quick. Which favorite one?
George.
George. Mine's George.
By far, when you die at the very end, I think if that.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Oh, yes.
Awesome.
If that wasn't there, it would have lost so much weight.
Oh,
but
so,
having a
dude.
fight to the death with the hole in your glass of your helmet.
And then in the cutscene, your helmet that
And
you
they show
picked
the-
out,
yeah.
your custom helmet is stuck in the
Yes.
dirt. You're like,
And they show the name of the level. Isn't it called Spartans Never Die?
something,
Yes.
They're
something
just
like
missing
that.
in action.
Yes.
Oh,
It's
I think it's
so
called
bad.
Missing in Action, dude. Oh
Yeah.
my
Just
god, dude.
so
It's- oh, yeah.
heavy metal.
Favorite death in Reach.
Man, I have to agree with that. I like
Yeah.
Sergio's death too.
Sergio?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Sergio.
I'm sorry,
I mean,
who?
Emilio. Not Sergio.
Did you? Sergio, dog? What in the literal heck are you talking about?
not Sergio.
I think maybe you meant Emil.
Emil.
I hope you meant Emil.
Dude, that's like borderline racist what you just did right there. You're like, you know, a Spanish name, Sergio. Old Fabio bit the dust.
Star Wars Chan
I
is
meant
no longer an
Emil.
issue because
Has
of
there
what you
ever
just
been a
said.
game with a character named Sergio?
I don't know why that
That's
came
the
to my-
sexy sax man, Sergio. That's, oh
Yes,
my
I knew
God.
his name was
There's not even a Sergio in Mario.
Oh my god.
I knew his
Okay,
name was
so
Emil, too.
Emil's, yes, Emil's. Okay, Emil's dead.
I was like, crap, did I play the wrong game? Did I not get a special cutscene?
I thought maybe he named his.
Is that what you named yourself?
I thought he said he named himself Sergio. I'm like, oh god. Anyway, So to wrap
my
this,
gosh, sorry, my number one
yeah.
is.
I was still not your number one. I'm trying to move on.
Goodness gracious,
Okay.
clutch up.
Sorry, my
Keep
number one is
going.
Mass Effect 2 for obvious reasons.
Oh yeah,
So,
Mass Effect 2 is great.
It just doesn't get any better story-wise, character-wise, the loyalty missions, the overall narrative, the ending. I mean, it's flawless.
Never been as into characters as I was in Mass Effect.
Mass
2.
Effect
Mass
2
Effect 2
really
is a
great.
loyalty
it's a-
missions.
The
were
only
awesome.
character the
flawless
only
game.
character that died for me, two characters died in my game. Jack died in my game.
Ouch.
Because you can't work the love triangle of Miranda and Jack.
cannot.
You gotta work.
That was your goal. You saw him on the box. You're like,
Dude, if,
that's my
if
ending.
you, no, man. Listen, if you want to get down with Miranda, you got to make Jack angry. You know what I'm saying? And everybody wanted to get down with Miranda.
Of course, come on.
And then the scientist guy,
Morden?
Morden died
So
in my
you
game.
didn't. We were just talking about this
Yeah.
with Matt the other day. One of our other podcast guys, like, you
didn't get to see
you
a
didn't
scene
get
in the
Morden's
third
death in Mass Effect 3.
Wait, is that where he takes the elevator up? And
Yes.
Okay, maybe Morden didn't die in mine then.
Well,
Morden
you
didn't
had
die.
Kirahi in the third if you let Morden die.
No, okay,
So-
okay, no. Morden died in the elevator for me. He took the
Okay,
elevator.
wonderful,
Okay, so maybe
wonderful.
Morden didn't die. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. He died in Mass Effect 3. Spoiler alert. But that's
Great.
also statute of limitations.
Great
Yeah.
death scene.
There's so many good things in that. I mean, you're not gonna
so
miss
many
one.
great things. Okay.
I really wanted to go kill. Was it Ashley? Whichever one survived the first one.
Oh, yeah,
They wouldn't let
Ashley.
you
Kill
go
her.
and yeah, I mean, let
I
her
chose
die.
I chose to let Aiden live.
Caden?
Caden.
Sergio.
Sergio. I chose to let Sergio live. No, because I did the Mass Effect 1 motion comic thing because I never played Mass Effect 1.
I know.
You didn't like Ashley's casual racism throughout the entire first game.
We'll talk later, Williams,
Yeah.
because you're making me really uncomfortable.
So anyway, my number one game, and Mike, I appreciate you letting me use this. Mike and I talked before the podcast. We had the same game, dude. And guys, two sitting over here. I'm pointing at Trevor and Richard. If you guys haven't played this game, dude,
They got
you
an
have,
HD collection coming out
HD
for the
collection.
one.
You have to go play it, dude. BioShock Infinite. BioShock Infinite, hands down, better to me than Mass Effect 2. Like
Really?
the
Best storytelling. In
best
the game.
storytelling in games right there, dude. I'm telling you, never saw it coming, jaw on the floor when the game ended. And I was like, what? And then I got the goosebumps all over me like I'm getting right now because I was like, dude, that is super cool. It's one of those movies like M. Night Shyamalan made that game. You're like, oh my God, mind blown.
Right.
And you're playing the game and you're like, oh,
Except for it was good.
It's like
it's a super fun game to play.
Like the end of Unbreakable, like end of Signs.
Dude,
yeah.
that feeling when you're like, oh my God. Like, it's just this mind-numbing thing, and then they even go, dude, they like span
gotta
games.
play-
like,
yeah.
it's awesome.
You got to play BioShock 1 and
Yes.
then play Infinite.
Yes.
Second one is not
You
as
can-
good.
you can skip to. I've
But
never
the
played
collection, they have a collection coming out for the PS4 and the Xbox One with
I'll
all
get it.
three of them.
I'll get it.
You got to play that.
Dude, you
Man,
gotta
that-
play. Have you ever played BioShock 1?
I have not.
Oh, my. That is also so great.
Unbelievably, I've never been spoiled on BioShock 1.
Okay, have you been spoiled on Infinite?
Yes, because you told me.
Oh, God. What did I tell you?
You
Why did
told
I
me
tell
the
you?
entirety of the game
I
story.
think I was so excited. about
Yes,
it.
you were. You told me the next day.
Great.
Oh, I was so excited. I'm sorry.
I was over here killing dreams and stabbing
Trevor,
puppies.
he's like, I'm never going to play that game.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, because you came up to me and said, "Hey, man, you never gonna play BioShock Infinite, right?"
I got to tell someone.
Dude, it is so good. None of my other friends have played it at the time. Like, I got to talk about this to somebody. I don't use Reddit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to jump on the threads and be like,
Shout out Reddit.
Yeah, shout out Reddit. Anyway, all right, moving on.